Hello, everyone, and welcome to another stream this Saturday. Hopefully, you all had a great week and stopped by to see this. I appreciate that. So, as usual, I'd like to start with some of the updates from this past week. I managed to do a little bit of work on kind of refining the way the weapons work and how they display the amount of bullets. And I was trying to do this as probably you know, I'm trying to keep the UI as limited as possible. And I was kind of looking up and seeing if there is in like the real world a way to show like the kind of a bullet count on a weapon. And there actually is. There is a company that has developed and if anybody's interested, let me see if I can find it because that's where I kind of based my idea on. And let me see where this is. So they make something like this. This is an example for, I think, just a regular handgun. They have this little attachment here that will show like kind of a bullet count. So, you know, uh, in real world. So the same thing, there's also like this option that's a little bit on the side. And I think they have a little bit of a different grip. That's the only change. But yeah, this exists. So it's not science fiction to have something like this on like a pistol in a video game. And I thought, if this is applicable to like a pistol, why not like a rifle or anything else like that? So what I did is, as a result, I'll show you real quick, and this is also trying to consolidate that into for all the weapons. And so, like for example, right now I'm just going to pick up like one of the a couple of magazines as well. So you'll see I'm putting like a little bit of a debug on the top left. And so what happens when you equip it, you can see that it says, and it's really rough the way it looks, but it's just kind of like you saw in that demo where it shows the count on the side of the handgun. And so it doesn't, it shows, of course, it's not going to show like how many magazines you got. If you got like 20 magazines, it just shows what's in the current magazine, and that's why I wanted to keep it that way. And what I'm gonna do next, and this probably today or tomorrow, is in your device, if you remember, there is the what I'm gonna have next to each one of the weapons is, and probably it's a little tough to tell right now, but right below it is going to be like a count. So that would be like the count of the total bullets, if you really wanna look at it that way. But yeah, on the actual weapon, once you start firing, that count just drops. And of course, if you reload, it gets updated to the clip size basically. And so this was also spent a little bit of time in kind of the logic behind the reload, because you can have, like, for example, right now there's like a total of 43 bullets and there's 24 left in the clip. But then once you fire some more and you get below, like right now there's like 9 in the clip, but there's like, I still have 29 bullets left. So being able to reload, so 29 bullets in total, with what's in the clip. So basically, I should be able to reload now, and then the count should be 29 as to what was left, or 20. I think it was 28 actually. My bad. So that was a little bit of logic that I'm not sure why I had a little bit of a hard time with, trying to figure out some of these edge cases. But yeah, that's how it looks as far as as far as the bullet count. That's one of the main things that I was trying to do from a gameplay aspect of things, trying to get that working. So right now, it's working out, in counting and making that little device, that little attachment, kind of blend in with the weapon and have that display be that little green color. I should be able to do that and to create that little attachment. So yeah, uh, that was it from the gameplay mechanics aspect of things, and it 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 took a little bit of doing because I had to refactor a bunch of stuff, and how I was handling uh, the firing, trying to look into the gun owner's inventory, like if it's like an enemy or if it's like the character, and yeah, so it took a little bit of doing, unfortunately. Hey, Kirilo, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So yeah, that was from, like I said, the mechanics. So let's get into the main level, and I'll share a little bit of some of the things that I've done there, um, kind of continuing on last week. Hey, Manga. Yeah, that's I like the having that in world UI. I want to keep the crosshair, or maybe give the player the opportunity to kind of turn it off. But as you can shoot when um, when you're not in ADS, when you're not in aim mode, it's kind of tough to not have it, So I think I might remove the crosshair when you're in ADS, but I think when you're just in regular like weapon carry mode, so to speak, I think I'll just keep it. So, and that's the only UI, like really screen type of UI. And of course, the people that might want to have the device be as a UI overlay, then sure. All right, so we're back into our world here that we worked on last week. So the main thing that I was working on, and you might find this interesting, but it's sidewalks. And I was thinking about it as far as well, so what's such a big deal about a sidewalk? Well, the 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 kind of the bigger deal is that it's kind of used throughout the map. And I use the same mesh in like kind of the outlines of, like parking lot areas like this, and across like the town areas, like this area here, around here, like everywhere there's a sidewalk. And the it wasn't necessarily a problem, but this one now has only one draw call, has one material. The mesh that I had before, which is this one, so literally this one is using the same mesh as this one, just with different materials. But this one, this mesh, this one has two materials. So, two draw calls versus one, and use that throughout a ton of times, then it could have some impact. And also at the same time, I didn't feel like it looked very realistic. I mean, it looks realistic, but I feel like this version looks a lot more realistic. And sometimes I have to like reopen the material. I'm not sure why. It's not. Not sure if the shader doesn't compile properly or it's the textures don't get loaded. So I feel like this looks a lot more realistic than what's the other one? Where's the other one at? Just to show you as a comparison. Let me just to put them side by side. So you have this style, and then there's this style. So I feel like, at least around where I live, I'm only seeing this style of sidewalk, and I'm like, okay. And the other thing that it helped with, I actually cut down on a set of textures that I'm not using anymore. So I guess like win-win. Yeah. So oh, Adamski, thank you. And yeah, I've heard about other people mentioning the Forest and Sons of the Forest, and that's one of the games that I've never played because I don't really play the multiplayer survival games, but I've seen some trailers for it, and yeah, that looks pretty much pretty similar. And manga, yes, the ammo counter, I've seen that in in Halo, and I was kind of thinking, okay, but is that okay? So that's a sci-fi game, but is that in today's like reality? Is that a thing? And apparently it is. So yeah. Hey, Kirill, it looks amazing. Where did you get? So a lot of them are from the marketplace, and some of them I've made. Like for example, this sidewalk came from the marketplace originally, but then I went in and I updated the shader so it works off of a mask. So basically, I have two sets of textures. So this is the same mesh as this mesh, but I'm only using like a different material for it. So yeah, pretty straightforward. And but yeah, so there's some of these. This is like a town package, but most of them are from the marketplace. There's some things from CG Trader that I recently got for like cloth, you know. And so for example, these things over here, you know, these are the cloth itself is just because it was really nicely modeled. Um, but then I applied a shader to make it like swing in the some of the cars are from Sketchfab, and the user is Renafox, Renafox. He's got like a few free cars for commercial use, which is cool. Um, some I've made, like for example, and this is sometimes weird why Unreal would do this. Like I have to select the splines and like reopen the mesh to for that shader to properly compile. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. It's just very silly. Yeah, so it's probably like a video card thing as well on my end, but there we go. That's just a little bit of an issue. And so yeah, like I said, it's a combination of some of the things that I've made as well, and a lot of tweaked assets. Like a lot of the assets that I buy, I end up like tweaking quite a bit. And and manga, yeah, that's definitely true. The level instance the pack level actor, I think it's what's better. At least to my experience, with the pack level actor, you can actually create instance meshes. But but yeah, in the end, I felt like, this version of the sidewalk looks better than, this version of the sidewalk. And it also seems to work out a little bit better with the asphalt because it's the same texture. Like this surface is the same texture with this surface, so they blend together a little bit better. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're totally right, Manga. I'm with you on that. Yeah, so that was the other thing that I was working on, and as I mentioned last week, I started kind of chopping these buildings down a little bit. They were very long buildings. I don't think I've seen that in reality, like buildings being that long, but I've kind of cut them down a little bit. So there's like a little bit of a back alley here, and we'll probably work on this today to kind of refine it and set it up to be a little bit more uh, fuller or complete-er. Yeah, so hopefully that made sense. But yeah, I think we were looking at these and they weren't just in the right place to do the work in these back alleys. And yeah, so I think over here there wasn't anything new that I wanted to share with you guys besides that. Um, yeah, I think I try to make it so that these concrete pieces blend a little bit better between the two, and I think it should be doing it. Should do it. Um, Hey, Manga, thank you so much for stopping by. Happy to have you. Hopefully you'll be able to I'll be able to see you again tomorrow. So yeah, take care. Have fun. All right, guys. So let's get into it. We'll do some of the set dressing back here. I'm gonna need to fix these houses at one point. I just never didn't get around to doing it to kind of fix the some of the materials on some of these side meshes. But yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it. Without any further ado, what I'll do for now is I'll probably try and make this a little bit larger, kind of this space here, just to give us a bit more space for activities. And yeah, these could definitely be be merged together, these instances. Just gonna pull this forward a little bit, maybe to about there for now. Let's see. I think that chimney would join with the corner uh, uh, of the garage quite well. All right, so that gives us a little bit more space, and I'm gonna try and do kind of the same thing that we've done in some of the back alleys on this side. To we'll bring in some fences, and we'll see how we can work out the placements to try and give them a meaning, and also make them navigable. So let me try and select this piece of fence here. I can't see through all those bushes. All right, if I could select that section here, let's bring it over. So yeah, that could be kind of like back there for these buildings. And like I said, you know, you have these this little kind of hanging cloth that sways in the wind, which is not a skeleton, it's just a material, which is really cool. There we go. So I'm gonna try and start positioning these a little bit better. And always keep it on the grid, which I did not do, and it might come to bite me. But for now, I think it should do okay. There we go. And I'm also going to bring in and use some of these sidewalks, which I aptly named asphalt. But adding some of them here and there, I think should help a little bit, like especially say around here, around the bottom of the building. So let's see how that turns out. There we go. So this is what I meant, that the the sidewalk itself, using the same textures as this asphalt, it they blend in a little bit better together. It doesn't give that kind of um, too big of a difference between the two. So there we go. We have something like this to help with the transition between this set of stairs and the like this uh, back alley asphalt surface. So now that I'm on the grid, this one should be a little bit easier to place, but let's actually make the grid a little bit better, like that, just to make things a little bit easier to place. All right, and then we have this corner piece. Yeah, so this is what I mean that sometimes I end up having to do some things myself because not all of them are uh, necessarily as I need them to be. So I have to make some things myself. So there we go, kind of like that. That fills in a little bit of the um, I guess it would be like the front side because it faces like a main street and not a side street. So, so let's place that one over there, like so. Let's see how these two pieces, and actually, I'm just gonna keep them a little separated because I want to use this mesh to add a little bit of kind of break up the repetitiveness of it and just place it where these join kind of they join together. So, like around here or in locations like this. Hey, salud, salud. Welcome, welcome, Bob. Yeah, so see this stuff kind of works out pretty well in a spot like that. And then since I mentioned that I've created a second copy, a second version of this that's kind of without that uh, big pothole in the middle, I can use it so it doesn't look like um, too repetitive, right? So there we go, and maybe just spin this around like this a little bit, overlap them, and there we go. I think this particular one is a little bit lower. So with this one, we can also tilt it a little bit. There. And then we can just use it as a transition mesh between these two surfaces. And I've tried to make them so that they're the base color has a close tint to each other, so they're kind of they work with this surface a little bit better as well. So yeah, there we go. I mean, we've placed a few meshes and it's already starting to come together into like this back alley section. All right, and I was going to see if what to do about this section here. So I'm gonna try and place this over here. And this is just an experiment. This is not um, I don't have any kind of reference right now, so it's just everything is just going off at the back of my head. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna try and kind of place this like something like this, just to see how it would work. I'm really just a little bit of freestyling here with this backyard. Hopefully it's gonna turn out okay. I mean, backyard is an overstatement, but like uh, the gangway alleyway behind these in between these buildings. So I'm not entirely sure what to say about this, to be totally honest. If I make it a little bit lower, maybe that could work. Trying to get a little bit of that little dirt. See, something like that. You know what? That could work. And then we have this mesh over here for that would kind of be the like right in front of the house. And then this side could be like right there. One of the things that I really like trying to get right is the transition between like a vertical surface and a horizontal surface, because like just this I like this this it seems like it just there's nothing in between this and this, so having something like this, like this sidewalk, I think helps, and this is again my own opinion on this. Um, I'm not trained in this in any way, so take it with a grain of salt. Whoever's watching this and it's like, what is this guy doing? So yeah, um, there we go. And I think back here, what we could do is to add a splash of grass. So I'll sculpt the terrain a little bit so that we can put a little bit of grass around this side of it. And we'll see how this is going to turn out. Let's try to sculpt it up a little bit more. So this is kind of what I meant with that. Hey, Double P, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm really happy that you like it. It's yeah, definitely uh not a lot of reference photos were involved in the making of this, but uh yeah, I guess I go with what I like, and hopefully other people will feel the same. That's the main thing. So yeah, there we go. And like I said, just adding some of these meshes to kind of break up the flatness of it, I think helps a lot. So for example, even just um, behind this, in between these two houses, having like this little bit of surface, and with this curb kind of I think it helps with the transition between, like I said, the vertical wall and the flat s- uh, surface on the bottom, right? So I kind of like incorporating that, and I'm kind of thinking this might look a little bit better like this, to be honest. Like that. So there we go. It's starting to come together from what it was before. At least I want to tell myself that. All right, and we might be able to use kind of the same thing that I've done here on the other side. Maybe on this side, I'll just use them as an actual sidewalk kind of thing, just like that. Whoa, where'd you go? There we go. Let's bring this over here. So let's actually have a couple of meshes for this, um, so that they blend in a little bit better together. There we go. So not all of them have the same kind of this little crack in the side of it. So there we go, like that. Yeah, just adding that sidewalk, I think, helped quite a bit uh, with the transition between the building and this side. And once there's going to be like maybe some trash pieces and some other ones that could help even more. All right, yeah, I mean that's actually um, coming together better and faster than I expected. like, oh, I'm gonna have so much stuff to do during this stream. But uh, but yeah, we still have a ways to go. Let's just try and keep this on the grid here. Like that. There we go. That could work. And since I made use of some of this stuff, we'll just add a little bit of greenery back there just to this level. Yeah, I mean, not to this level, but to, you know, add a few things behind this building here. Probably a lot less of these instances and a shorter line. There we go. I haven't managed to do uh, too much work in getting this brick organized a little bit better. So to remove a little bit of the tiling, I mean, it's yeah, you can kind of tell that it starts, you know, there's that, there's that, there's that. Um, and I didn't get around to either going with like a vertex paint, like updating the material to have vertex paint or something else similar to that. But yeah, to be done in the near future. So yeah, and let's see, what was I gonna play with over here around the bottom of the buildings? I think that this area works out pretty good like that. Then there's these two garages here that I'm debating on how to place them. I'm still kind of thinking of something like this, and maybe this one next to it. I'm thinking like that. Oh, hey, Lanika. Hey, no worries. I mean, if um, if you're interested, I can definitely jump into game, oops, and show you. I was showing a little bit earlier something around how I'm doing with what I did for the ammo count and showing the ammo count on the weapon, which is and let me just wanted to see how this one would look if it's even feasible with the space that I have to place it over here. Yeah, I'm guessing it could work. Yeah, why not? I think it should work. All right, let me jump into game mode. I need to see if I have a rifle over here. I think I only have like the bow. So let me place a rifle because that was kind of um, uh, the main the main update as to I was working on unifying or not unifying, but refactoring how the weapon ammo is shown, and I actually looked it up online to see if there is such a thing in real world, like an ammo counter on the gun itself. And I've had that kind of in the past with the bow. So the bow had like a little bit of a arrow count on the bow itself, and that didn't really feel like that's not very realistic. Nobody has that. They only have like the bows, the arrows on the side of the bow, and so I realized that okay, this is what I should be doing. And oops, I forgot to add some magazines. And so the other thing was that I I was working on like incorporating the magazines with the inventory. So basically, the weapon itself is it doesn't carry the details of how many bullets you have, so that's kept in the inventory. So that way I don't have to manage saving something else for the weapon as well. And now it's all just based on what's in the inventory. Like you picked up a magazine that's 30 rounds. You picked up another magazine, now it's 60 rounds that you have in the inventory. Um, well, so the way I had it set up, and unfortunately, I think I might have introduced a bug that it's not working as expected. But there is like the bow, the arrows are on the side of the bow. There's like most compound bows. They have like a rack on the side where you like mount the arrows and you just pick it up from there. But so you physically see the arrows, like how many hours you got left. Where with the bullets, they kind of look like this. So let's pick up some magazines, and then when you equip the weapon, so you got a count right there on the gun, which is actually a thing. I showed it a little bit earlier in the stream. This is they have it for pistols, so I can only assume that it's something that can be done on a rifle as well. So it's not science fiction anymore. Um, but yeah, so once you shoot, it's kind of like the bullets decrease, and then it only shows you what's in the current magazine. It's not going to show you how many magazines you have. But what I want to do is in the device, it's going to show you the total count of bullets that you have, basically. So yeah, once you reload, it refreshes that number, and it's like back to 30. And I was thinking, to do it via like an inspect mechanic, like you would, because right now you can like inspect the rifle like this. So you can similar to that, you can inspect like how many bullets you got left. But I thought that was just kind of a break in gameplay, and I think I thought it was a little bit too much of it. And since this is really, reality now, it's not science fiction. It's for hobbyist stuff. It's not like, uh, you know, uh, like I said, I've seen at a company that sells such a product. So and some YouTubers testing it out. But yeah, so now it's whoa, what the heck? What did just happen? Oh my God, that I forgot to delete that AI across the street. Forgot about this guy here. And I'm trying to debate whether like the like keeping the recoil is a thing, like not the recoil, but like it's a little too much. So I think this guy would like, and now I'm really out of bullets. Oh no, actually I wasn't. I still had a few, like 16. And but yeah, it's kind of like with the recoil, and I think that building doesn't have collisions. But with the recoil, it's a little bit all over the map, so I'm not sure how much I like that, to be honest. Um, I've I was trying to kind of play a little bit of Far Cry 5 again, and because I like the mechanics in that one more than I think Far Cry 6, though they're probably identical. But I've tried to uh, to look at that, and they don't have that, like in my case, where the recoil is just like it's about to like make you do a backflip with from all the recoil. So I think I'm just gonna y- you know do it kind of like how they do it, where it's just a little bit of a pushback, so it's still going to point in the same location, but you get a little bit of a camera bounce. So that's what I'm probably going to try and see if I can do that way. So we'll see. All right, so back to this alley here, and we're kind of moving towards this way a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, like this is a little bit too plain looking, like the building meeting the side here, and I know this could be done, with like a kind of like some cinder blocks type of surface, for like to showcase the foundation. But I am really liking this sidewalk piece, and I might just, even if I just sink it into the building like this, and I just use this edge, I think it still looks better than nothing, you know. So um, just having something like that on each side. It's better than just looking at the contact between this and or like this and the ground. I mean, definitely for siding, you might not see this, like they usually start a little bit higher up, but for adding this, I think helps. So having that transition there, I think that fills it in, and it's not just a completely like a 90-degree angle, like where the two surfaces meet. They got this little thing to like break them up a little bit. So yeah, and of course, to remove a little bit of the I wouldn't call it repetitiveness, but this one of these can definitely make its play in there. So like one of these surfaces, maybe like a kind of a a patch or repair in the concrete. You know, many many reasons could be for that. And I think these do a pretty good job at breaking the surface up a little bit. That's actually interesting. Why would not receive decals? Oh, because this is really tiny. There we go. So yeah, trying to break up this plain surface through decals, through some of these uh, little variety meshes, I think that helps a lot. All right, so for some more tiny details, I wanted to add a little bit of kind of like where these I'm how I'm starting to look at this and how I mean I guess it makes sense, but for these where these make contact with the ground, these support beams, just trying to either see if it works better with the decal or with like one of those because like we were using this canopy before, so this one has these little nice kind of uh, I'm not sure what you call these from like a technical aspect, but these L-shaped mounting brackets that that make it look like, okay, this is how it was mounted, how it was like attached to it. And I don't think, I'm actually wondering now if there's something similar on the marketplace. If not, I'd rather reuse what I have. I'm not sure what you would call this. You can call it bracket if there is even such a thing. There might not even be this. Yeah, so they use this for like an A-frame, like a, um, I know these like they have like a thing. I guess it's a sh wooden shelf bracket. Okay. So I'm just gonna look for metal and see if there's anything, already out, or actually, so I need metal. If there's anything even remotely close to like one of those mounting brackets, support things. I am not sure. I haven't checked Megascans for like some of these man-made assets in a while to see what they have. They might not have anything, to be honest, um, but who knows? Yeah, I guess maybe not. Yeah, that's a little bit of a. I wish I'd know it. And then again, a lot of the things that they have, they have some odd names for some of this stuff, so they don't always match with with what you think they would be. So I'm just gonna try and actually just play around with the decal and see how that looks. And since I have this one here, let's just see how this one would fit in here. You know what? Actually, not bad at all. I do not mind that, even though it might be a little bit better with like with some kind of like a cracked looking decal. Let me see what else do we have. The reason with that is that why I like it is that uh, it's square, so kind of a man-made type of thing. Like something like this could also work, but yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, concrete block. That's a great thought. Now that I think about it, you are totally right. Let me go back into Quixel Bridge, and I think they had like some concrete pillars. Oh, you know what? I know. I think I have some. They're called bollards. Um, so let me try and look for one because that would be like the base, right? The support for the wooden beam. Let me see, Bollard. Let me see if I can find, I know I have at least a couple. Yeah, so basically something like this, like the Bollard could be placed like inside of the wood, if I can like get it to a lower, and it would be something like this. I wish I could. I mean, yeah, this could be done in Blender to cut out the Bollard itself. But and with this one, I can also say do not receive decals. So then it's got the little crack underneath there, like the concrete damage, so to speak. And I think that could actually work out pretty good. I'm just it's just a matter of I'm wondering if I can like scale it down a little bit, though I'm not entirely sure how much is going to scale the base. Something like this, and then you can't really see that, but you got the concrete base there for the support. So I think that could work. Hey, Lonely Fades, what game are you making? So this is just like the name of the stream. It's called On Your Own, because I am, for starters, I am working on this by myself, and it is a single player game. So you're on your own, and it's a single player first person adventure game shooter. So there's, there's some actions, there's some shooting, there's some use of bow, rifle, pistol, and right now, so this is kind of the world itself. The way you start the game is probably used and reused, is through a plane crash sequence, and there are so your plane malfunctions and it starts crashing. So you're gonna fly along this path, and you can like jump at. There's what I have plans is for like three different jump points. So depending on where you jump, the story is gonna start a little bit different. Like the starting missions are gonna be a little bit different, and then eventually they're all gonna join into one single thread for the rest of the story. Uh, so um, so really like a 10,000, like an airplane view of what the game is in a very short description. Hopefully that made sense. And so I've been streaming kind of the development of the game from, week to week. Um, and yeah, it might not be, huge progresses because I also have a full-time day job and uh, a place that I have to maintain, like mow the lawn and then, you know, do trash and do all that other stuff, renovations, fix stuff. But yeah, this is at this point, I mean, it is a very uh, involved hobby. So yeah. Oh, you're making your own game. That's awesome. What type of game? And happy to have you. Hopefully you're seeing something that looks interesting. All right, there we go. We have some supports now. Just a matter of trying to place them a little bit better so that it's not the thing is not shown. But I think that's an awesome idea. So Double P, thank you so much. And I mentioned before, this is again one of the reasons that I stream because I get ideas from you guys. So really appreciate that. Oh, it's a mystery game. That's awesome. Um, so is what I'm guessing what is the mystery, so to speak? If you can say anything, is it like a kind of a dark type of mystery or oh, gotcha. Very cool. So how long have you been working on it? Oh yeah, there we go. I think that breaks up that contact between the the support and the concrete, and it makes it look a little bit more realistic. So if we make these a little bit bigger, like this, let's try and find like some kind of like a concrete crack or something like that. Oh, nice. Well, it depends. Like in my case, having a day job, it's definitely a long a long game type of thing, so you have to patience. Square small concrete planter. Oh, that's a good thinking. I didn't know there was one. Thank you, WP. Let's see. So, concrete planter. Let's see. Small concrete, small concrete planter. Let's see what this is. Oh, yeah, that's a cool one. Let's see which one. Would this work a little bit better? Let's try this out. I'm trying to get one that's a little bit rougher. This one looks like it just came off of the assembly line. This one looks a little bit like the material of it. Seems a little bit rougher. Like kind of that would get some uh, some grime and dirt on it. So yeah, let's give that a shot because it's kind of a pain to try and position this stuff, to be honest. Maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm kind of liking that. Yeah. And it blends in with the asphalt quite a bit better. I think if I kind of lighten it up a little bit, it might, if that's even possible. The thing is already really, really dark, but here we go. Yeah, I think I'm definitely liking that. Thank you, WP. Oh yeah, CAOC. I do have it, and thank you so much for suggesting that. I didn't think of using it for this. The other thing with this bollard, I believe it's got some, if I'm not mistaken, the material itself is got Vertex paint on it, so that's why it looks a little bit. I wouldn't call it rough, but maybe it doesn't. But yeah, I was trying that the other day to punch some holes into like for the sewer, right? So we were playing around with making some holes, some openings to go into the sewer, and they were, kind of where's the oh yeah, here. So we were playing with it and which actually I think this mesh actually has it. Yeah, I guess it does. So I just need to paint, actually sculpt and visibility. So there we go. And at least yeah, so this is this hole we did with the during a stream. Somebody else suggested it with the help of of the tool. It's really useful. Like I think I saw some previews on it, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. But I do like, I think I like this one a little bit better. The material, like this concrete looking surface. The only trouble with it is it's got these like tabs underneath it. So that's kind of like, I mean, it's easily removable, with in Photoshop or something. But yeah, let's see how these work because they're a little bit easier to position, and I don't have um, to worry about it. I'm guessing this might have some other uses as well. So for now, let's see how this works. Yeah, before like learning about it, I kind of had some ideas that there is some kind of modeling in uh, in the engine, but I just never really saw what you can do with it, and it's really cool. Like I did not expect that it would be able uh, to do like especially booleans. So which I was like, oh no, this is like a 3D modeling thing, you know, when you do booleans, and you can't really do that in uh, right in Unreal, you know. So happy to say I was wrong. Hey, Lonely. Oh, so web developer too. That's cool. Is that like your day job as a web developer? All right, one thing that I want to do is kind of do something around this area here just to break this up a little bit. Oh, it's a hobby. Cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, same for me over here with the game development. It's a hobby that has turned into like, you know, I wouldn't call it an obsession, not at all. No, but it is really something that that I have a lot of fun with. You know, this one needs a string, but and it is definitely something that I want to do in the future, you know, like kind of as a next step, so to speak. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to. And you know, fingers crossed. All right, so what I wanted to do is maybe if we can try and like delimit this little area of grass a little bit better if possible. Let's see, can we do it? Yes, we can. So the thing with this one is I got a little bit of a material here that it's sidewalk with grass, and it's just like that. So now let's try and adjust this. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, not too shabby. I am I'm okay with that. Let's see, I'm just gonna try and tilt both of these since the rest is gonna be covered by the other ones. So just gonna try and, you know, bump them up like this. But yeah, and I'm guessing, you know, like that's how it all starts, you know, as a hobby. And then it can only progress from there. I think if you just keep doing it. I think that's the main thing, you know, like um I think I've had many a times where I felt like either like, you know, giving up or um yeah, you know, just thinking, oh, this is never gonna get done, and so I think the main thing is to just keep at it. Okay, that's what I'm telling myself. Just a little bit longer. But at the same, I think at the same time, it's also a lot of to me it's a lot of fun to do it, you know, uh, to uh, to work on this stuff every other month. Yeah, and I don't think I've maybe it never it didn't happen that often to me, but when it does, it's just a matter of okay, you know, I just gotta take a break. And usually when you take a break from it, like I usually would take a break and maybe play some game, and then I come back so refreshed and I'm like, you know what? I was enjoying more, creating a game than playing a game. So yeah. Um, oh, thank you, Double P. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not gonna give up. I definitely want to see this through, and um it's uh, uh, it's a labor of love at the moment. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your words. Thank you. And so yeah. And indeed, like having taking a break is I think the best thing that you can do. And I'm not gonna lie, because you probably seen that I didn't get to do a whole lot this week, but I took a break and I played Rage 2 because it was free some time ago on the Unreal Marketplace, and I'm like, you know what? I'll get it. I really love the first one. Not sure if anybody else played Rage, but so I really enjoyed the first one, and I was like, from the videos looking at the second one, it didn't really look like the first one, and I can't say that I was disappointed, but I was like, I think I was hoping for more, and I thought, you know what? This week. I'm gonna give that thing a try and see what's it about, or like, and I actually enjoyed it. It was quite a lot of fun. Like the gunplay was a lot of fun. The story was, like the first one, I would say. It wasn't anything that you'd be, oh my God, the story of this game was just beyond anything else. But in the end, it was tons of fun. Like I had a blast. So it's uh, it's all that matters. Let me just quickly fix this decal here with my own master material. Custom normal. So base color, normal map. There we go. That's better. I did not realize I was using this so much. But the main thing is, yeah, every time I've played this, I've kind of come back with some new ideas. Whoa, what did I just do? Did I mess something up? I hope I didn't. Oh, I applied the material to this surface. I was wondering why it looked funny. There we go. All right, so now this one, we can go back in here, fix the normal, make it a little smaller. And the other trick is just painting some vertex, doing some vertex paint, add a little bit of, some cracks here and there. Just like that, especially where some of these transitions are. All right, let's do a few of these planters around, and which is definitely going to help with the gap between here, these little blocks. I mean, not that I can't go in and modify this group, which should be a pack level actor in the end, but I think it's gonna, some of these might work out. So it really looks like one of those poured concrete surfaces. I think it I think it works. Not sure about the the one piece over here. Maybe I'll make it like this. And also, let's see if we can push these out a little bit farther into the street. Not too much. But just a little bit like so. There we go. Just to help with the contact point between that wooden beam and the surface of the street. Well, so that's actually it's coming out better than I was honestly expecting. And let's see if we can also make this a little bit bigger so there's that little line there to the foundation like that. Okay, that's definitely coming together. So let's try and get this corner in as best as we can. And I'm gonna use some of the stuff that I've used over here. This particular uh, little little bush tree. Let's try and position it just on this little ridge behind the garages, and maybe actually gonna try and put him behind them as well. Not sure how that's gonna look. Let's take a look and let's see how that's gonna end up. Like that, and let's kind of spread them out a little bit more. And maybe a few extra instances. There we go. That's pretty good. It breaks it up a little bit behind there. Okay, I can work with that. So now let's try and flatten this terrain around the garage, just around this area here. And I wanted to change this one to be the one that gets to blend a little bit better with I was hoping it would. There we go. Okay, that kind of looks like the uh, a back alley. Let's see. I always like to play around with the lighting just to see how things would look at different at some other times of day. Yeah, that looks decent. I mean, if it was um to make it like as a sunset time of day, which I'm actually kind of digging, to be honest. You know, like it looks kind of like I was playing when I was working on this area here with it, and it looked kind of cool, you know, behind here. Anyways, yeah, so let's continue on with these garages, and again, you can see like this is what I want to kind of break up is this contact line between the garage itself, like this vertical surface, which is kind of varied. You know, there's like the yellow in the doors and the white of the trim, and this one and the red over here, and then but it contacts the concrete and it's just a little plain. So what I'm gonna try and do is, since I have created this and it's basically the same kind of material, just a different mesh. I wanted to see if it would make any any use in here, because that way I can also elevate the garage a little bit, you know, so I can have something like this. So it blends really well with the rest of the concrete, which is nice. And but I'm gonna try and make it so that there's like a little bit of a of this little line to break things up. And and then this one, and the garage would basically look like this, like lift it up a little bit. Oh, and I'm seeing I need to make some fixes to this mesh because there's like a little bit of a doohickey over here. I mean, not that I can't do this and fake it like that. I mean, I guess that could work, but it's still kind of visible. So, all right, something to be fixed. But then I can use one of these pieces to place it alongside here. And for this one, I actually need the other version of, I think it might be this one here. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this idea is going to turn out. I mean, I'm kind of liking it to start, but let's see what we get out of it. Oh, thank you, Legends. Thank you. All right, so this one could come forward a little bit like to here. And let's just scale it down to fit between these two. Sometimes this is kind of the difficult part in trying to make these kind of meet. There we go, something like that. And then on this side, you know what? I'm actually kind of liking that as far as I think that definitely breaks it up. I think it breaks it up pretty good. That the contact line between the garage and the concrete. I think that that works out. So I'm gonna keep that. So that way I can also use this stuff over here, you know, kind of behind the like on the side of the garage. Yeah, there we go. And if we put in a couple of those cracked details, the details decals. So this patches, I guess. Yeah, so that's so I did that. I have a couple of them. So for example, over here, you know, there's like so this one and this one, you know, they taper off so you can still kind of see where the joint is, but you can't see them as harshly as with this one, which this one doesn't really taper. It's just it's like it's like this, right? It it's just it's like it I've extruded it down. So yeah. And so the nice thing about it is that if you look at the material, if anybody's interested, so I have two different set of textures and with a mask. So the mask itself, I can apply, like for example, the same surface, and I'm actually going to use it this one as an example because it's a good place right there in the middle. So check this out. This with the mask, I can also make it like this. So I can have a little bit of grass in there, and which is really nice to have with the mask, right? So I can have some grass if I was to sculpt the terrain a little bit. Let's see how that's gonna look. Um, so I think that's a good about good right there. So if I paint some grass around here, I should have some grass poking through. There we go. Just like that. So there's a little bit of grass poking on that little uh, separating section there. Yeah. Okay, but I kind of got lost with that decal. So this one here, just to add it up around here. I should have just duplicated that one because this one has a little bit of a weird scaling. Oh man, I still end up with the same kind of throwing in the same rotations for this. But anyways, let's so I just wanted to place this around this area here. Like right where these two kind of join together. So something like that. There we go. And onto this back corner here, we'll just use and reuse these the surface here. You know, there's this kind of gap in between these two asphalt meshes. So we'll go with our trusted little piece here to make these two together, and then maybe this piece to cover this corner, like so. And since they use, so what I've been using is just pixel depth offset. That's why kind of the transition between these is pretty smooth, like where these meet. And I think that that helps quite a bit. And on this mesh, if we go about and paint a little bit um of the broken section, kind of the broken detail, there we go. So let's see, can we make this to blend a little bit better if possible? Nope, that's not the way I wanted to go with desaturation. Maybe something like that. That might help a little bit. See the color tint. Hmm. It kind of helps. I'm also thinking that, especially for these pieces, sometimes it's, whenever there's um like repairs, it's it's usually like straight lines most of the times, but it's not necessarily a rule, I guess. So let me try and get this patch and see if I can put it in some locations like uh, in some areas like where these things meet. So for example, like here, like in these corners is what I was looking for. Like around here, like that. I think I got a couple of these, so let me see if I can add a little bit of red in there. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. The other thing that we can add in here, since this area is also gonna gonna have two ways of navigating it, let's add the just as a prototype kind of testing out. Like this would be an opening for like a sewer. There we go. Just trying to see that there, and the lid itself. I wish I would have just turned this into a blueprint because it's going to be like an interactable thing to get in and out of the sewers. And actually have it, I think, or no, this one was still just, it was just open. It wasn't really like, you wouldn't be able to, you weren't opening it. But basically this is an example of how the entrance to into the sewer works through this ladder here. And then you're just able to navigate through it. So over here, there should have been like another one. Yeah, so that's actually not an opening. It's just like a metal grate shining through, somewhat positioned where it's supposed to be. I think it's a little bit off to uh, the actual sewer section, but not by much. So nobody can really go and use a ruler in the game to say, "Whoa, wait, what'd you do here?" So let's fill out this area a little bit with a little bit more green stuff. placing them alongside the house here. Can we make it a little bit better so as to not grow from the walls of the house? Let's make it a little tighter to the spline. There we go. Okay, I think that should work. Oh, good, good. All right, so I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out as far as what we got done today. And yeah, I think it's interesting to look at the beginning of the stream, how you know, how it started and how it ended up. Let me sculpt this up a little bit here as well. All right, and I think we can also extend this out a little further to to go behind this here. There we go. That filled that area in quite well, I think. And yeah, there we go, guys. That is at least uh, uh, what my plan was for today's stream. I think later on tonight, what I'll do is I'll try to refine the or maybe actually work on creating like modeling the little device that I showed you guys for the weapon. Hey Hisham, hey, no worries, no worries. It's gonna be on the internet on YouTube. So like this little thing here that I mentioned, so this modeling this out, and as you can see, it's like very just a realistic type of numbers, kind of similar. I think it's pretty much the same font that I have in in my little counter there, and I think it should fit. It's just a matter of creating the actual little asset, that attachment, and modeling that out. So if I'm hoping to get around to doing it today, though there is Deadpool, so I'm probably gonna go and watch Deadpool as well. And but I hope to have it done by tomorrow, so at least to kind of close the loop on how our munitions and like the bullets are shown, so you get that information also in your device, so like looking at the device, you see how many bullets you have left. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it, ending a little bit sooner today, guys. And because I mean, I've kind of accomplished most of the things that I was hoping to do today, namely this area here. And probably tomorrow we'll continue with the area next to the laundromat over here, which there's a couple of houses, and kind of finishing off this section, this end of the town, and getting this all situated, and uh, we'll um, we'll go from there. Replacing all these meshes with that new one that I've made. So yeah, uh, guys, again, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for taking time of your day to come and say hi, and I hope to see you tomorrow. So until then, have a great rest of your Saturday, and take care, everybody. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye all. Salud, salud. See you, Adamski. See you, Anthony. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye.